Instead of triggering a long, you get a bear inside bar. So it's a low 2 short. Here's a low 1. That would be a low 2. And then a breakout bar. The stop's below this low were run. It's also a second time below this entry bar. Okay, possible 2-bar reversal at a new low of the day. Here's a trend line break on the move to the moving average up for an hour or more. It's reasonable strength, so there might be more up. 2-bar reversal closed near its high. It looks to me like a setup for a possible rally. Not a good-looking entry bar. If the market went below this bar, I probably would short it. Whenever you get a reversal in a strong channel, and then a small entry bar, to me that's a bear flag and a good low 1 short, breakout, pullback short, breakout below the low of the day. Instead, the market kept going up. Okay, possible, whenever you have every bar with a high, low, and close above those of the prior bar, you always have to think that it's unsustainable behavior. The market can only do that for so long, and unsustainable behavior is a climax. Here's a spike, here's a channel. It's starting to get parabolic, a tail here, tail there. The bear is going to try to keep it from going above the last lower high. The bears want the market to continue to generate lower highs and lower lows. This is too strong for me to be shorting. Okay, I certainly wouldn't short here. It does look like a buy climax to me, so I don't want to buy the high 1. Sometimes the market just ignores that and it just runs, and it'll break out above that lower high and just become a huge day. That's fine. It can do it without me. Okay, this is interesting. You got a second entry short here. There's not much room to the moving average, but the moves today have been so large, as they have been for the past couple of weeks. There's pretty much room for a scalp. You could argue this is something of a wedge bull flag. 1 push, 2 pushes, 3 pushes. Who knows? This is pretty strong, so the market should have a second attempt up. Okay, this might be forming 2 legs down after a buy climax. Okay, a breakout test of the lower low. Now the market's trying to form a higher low. It should, at a minimum, test this, and with luck, it'll break above this, maybe break above the high of the day, and create a measured move up. Either from this low to that high, or from that high to this low. Who knows? But it's a setup for a possible 2-legged move up. So that's a decent high 2 long in a breakout test and a higher low. Good-looking entry bar. Okay, it's testing this, but not not going above it. This is up sharp enough, so I think there'll be buyers at the moving average. And there were. Good-looking bull bar, tested the moving average. I don't like to buy that high, but if this is a strong bull, that's all you're going to get, and it should run. Okay, looking signal entry bar. Okay, doji is a problem. A double doji is another problem. It's possible this is a spike and it channels up, but whenever I start seeing dojis, I start wondering about final flags. Okay, now you get 3 pushes up, 1, 2, 3, new swing high. It's possible this is just 2 legs up. Let me check if that was a perfect measured move. Okay, there's the AB, and here's the CD. So it's a tick or 2 higher than a perfect A, B, C, D. But in any case, it's a spike and a channel. Trading range price behavior, not trending price behavior. The market is breaking out above this swing high, breaking out above this very important final lower high in the bear. Yet, instead of having bullish behavior, it has overlapping bars with tails and no huge breakout bar. So that's trading range behavior, and if the market's been going up for an hour or 2 in a trading range and it takes out a swing high, you know what I'm doing. I'm looking to short. In trading ranges, a lot of times the signal bars look bad, but that's life. Usually the first entry works, and it's worth taking. The close looks like it's around the middle, maybe a little bit below the middle, so it's okay. I was surprised. I placed my order to short here, and I noticed after a few minutes that I had 2 ticks of slippage on my fill, and I looked at my audit trail, And it looks like I placed my order correctly, and it looks like, in fact, the market did give me 2 ticks of slippage. In general, I like that because that means the bears were aggressive. But it's annoying because, you know, I made 2 ticks less than I expected to make. Test of the moving average. I think this should have 2 legs down. I'm going to keep my stop above this bear bar and sit through a pullback, and didn't get it. Okay, I think with this it's good to take some off at 2 points and some more off at 4 points. Okay, spike, a little channel. What about buying above this bar? I'm not buying above that. Here's a little bull bar. Pull back to the moving average. I'm concerned that this looks like the first leg, so we may have a second leg down. So if anyone were to buy that, I would only buy it for a scalp. Bear bar, possible lower high. I think this is an okay short, but your stop is above that high. Okay, now you got a low 2. Here's a low 1. Here's a low 2. After this bar closes, I would move my stop to above its high, and I would even consider going long there. There's a bull flag. This is a breakout. That would be a breakout pullback long, and it would be a failed low 2. So I think the shorts would reverse to long, and the market just sold off all the way into the close. It's trying to set up the little expanding triangle triggered going into the close, but that's irrelevant. I'll trade whatever we get tomorrow. Daily chart, we closed right on that trend line. Weekly chart, we closed right on 2 different trend lines, and I think all of that's irrelevant. We may bounce. We're getting close to the end of the month. If this is a bear, I'm assuming we'll close below the moving average. If it's a strong bear, we certainly will. So, and since I believe this whole rally was a bear rally, and I believe that ultimately we're going below this low, this looks like a reasonable setup for the end of the bear rally. All right, enough of my soapbox. I'm out of here. Good night, everybody.